Elon Musk's influence now stretches far beyond cars and rockets. He shapes the infrastructure, communication, and even the politics that define our era. His companies SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, and the Boring Company form an interconnected ecosystem, giving him unprecedented power over critical sectors. Musk's decisions can sway everything from battlefield communications to the news you see online, blurring the lines between private enterprise and public service. When Starlink becomes a war zone's lifeline or X shapes political debate, the question isn't if Musk is a private citizen or a quasi-state actor, it's how much unchecked power one individual should wield. Understanding Musk's empire is essential. His actions now ripple across the globe, impacting society, government, and our collective future. The story of Musk's rise is the story of our time, a tale of ambition, disruption, and the urgent need for accountability. After the 2024 election, Musk became head of the new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, tasked with slashing $1 trillion in federal spending. From an office beside the White House, Musk's team fired thousands of federal employees and locked out members of Congress, signaling a disruptive new era. DOGE now controls the U.S. digital service, granting Musk access to sensitive federal data, including trade secrets from competitors like GM, Ford, and Boeing. Regulatory agencies that once checked Musk's power have been gutted, and inspector generals investigating his companies were fired. This consolidation of power erases the boundaries between private business and government oversight, raising profound ethical and legal questions. Musk's dual role as government official and global CEO challenges the very foundation of democratic governance. As Musk reshapes Washington, the consequences of placing so much public power in private hands are only beginning to unfold. SpaceX's Starlink has become essential global infrastructure, with over 4 million users and a pivotal role in U.S. defense contracts. In Ukraine, Musk's decision to activate and later restrict Starlink for military use showed how a single CEO can alter the course of war. The U.S. government's attempts to oversee Starlink have faltered, and reports now suggest Russian forces are using the network despite sanctions. Starlink's reach extends to Africa and Asia, where political disputes and price hikes have limited access, and Musk's public clashes with governments have had real diplomatic consequences. Allegations that Musk was asked to withhold Starlink from Taiwan at China's request highlight the geopolitical leverage he now holds. The power to control internet access in conflict zones and emerging markets is no longer theoretical, it's a reality with global stakes. Starlink's story is a warning. When critical infrastructure is privately owned, national security and public interest can hinge on one man's decisions. The world is learning, sometimes painfully, that technological power can outpace government control. Musk's influence in connectivity and conflict is a new frontier, one that demands urgent scrutiny. Musk's $44 billion acquisition of Twitter, now X, put a global communication platform under his direct control. He gutted staff, especially trust and safety teams, leading to a surge in hate speech and misinformation. X's algorithms now amplify Musk's own posts, while critics and journalists face suspensions and takedowns. Musk's vision for X is an everything app, combining social media, news, and financial services, while his government role works to dismantle consumer protections. The potential for self-dealing is immense, as Musk can shape regulations to benefit his own ventures. X is no longer a digital town square. It's a private fiefdom where dissent is stifled and narratives are tightly controlled. The transformation of X raises urgent questions about the future of online speech and democracy itself. Musk's move to Texas turned the state into the heart of his empire, with headquarters for X, the Boring Company, Neuralink, and the Musk Foundation. His operations stretch nationwide, from Tesla's massive Fremont factory to the X.AI supercomputer in Memphis, and globally with factories in Shanghai and Berlin. Tesla's workforce has shrunk, and its market value has dropped, but it still dominates electric vehicles and fast-charging infrastructure. Musk's expansion has sparked controversy, environmental concerns in Memphis, animal testing at Neuralink, and political backlash in Germany. These moves aren't just business, they're political statements, seeking out favorable regulations and governments willing to accommodate Musk's ambitions. The scale and reach of Musk's corporate empire blur the line between private enterprise and public policy. Every new facility, every relocation, is a calculated play for power and influence. Musk's X.AI supercomputer, Colossus, is a direct challenge to AI giants, training advanced models like Grok and consuming vast resources. As head of Doge, Musk has access to sensitive competitor data, raising deep conflicts of interest and questions about fairness. The environmental impact of Colossus is significant, straining local infrastructure with little transparency or oversight. Across his empire, Musk's ability to weaken regulators and access privileged information blurs the line between public duty and private gain. His unilateral decisions, from Starlink in war zones to reshaping online discourse, show how one CEO can wield nation-state level power. Musk's story is about the collision of innovation, wealth, and political influence, and the urgent need for accountability. As his reach grows, the question remains, who, if anyone, can hold him to account? The answer will shape the future of power itself.